Do you ever feel like you're living on autopilot? You love your family, your kids, your life, but somewhere along the way, you got a little lost. That laughter doesn't hit the same. The things that used to move you just don't anymore. In this episode, we are unpacking why so many moms in their 30s feel emotionally flat and how to slowly find our spark again.
Hey, mommies! We know you're tired and you're here for a reason.
We are two moms just looking to unwind after a long day. So come join our rants and let's make this journey a little less lonely, one episode at a time.
Welcome to our podcast, Mom vs. World. You know what? I don't know from when exactly, but from the past few years, I don't feel anything anymore. The intensity of all my feelings is just come down. I am always neutral and numb. I'm never too happy or too sad. I'm just staying somewhere in the middle for some reason. I don't know. I don't know when exactly it started also. Do you also feel that way or is it just me?
I think so, yeah. I can relate to that slightly numb, slightly sad, slightly down thing, but you can't call it some intense depression or whatever, but that's there, in the air.
Yeah.
I started to notice that I only make these big facial expressions for my son, like just to react to the things he does. Yeah, you did this, or no, you don't do that. And I feel like they're not coming from the inside, obviously.
Exactly. Yeah.
Those are just the reactions you're supposed to have for their sake, for their development, because inside I definitely don't feel anything so intensely anymore, just like you.
Do you think it's the age or motherhood?
I think maybe it's both, because we can't just say this. I don't know how many people out there are feeling exactly this way, but I would say this will be pretty common among mothers who are in their 30s, 40s, right? Even though the most intense things are happening to us right
Yeah.
now with children, there are so many things. Usually, you would expect in life when things are so crazy like that,
Yeah. You would be having a number of feelings which are
yeah,
up and down and intense. But
exactly.
Yeah.
It just all feels so painfully mundane, even in spite of all
I
that.
know. What happened to those butterflies which were
Yeah.
coming and every now and then in our 20s, right? I don't know. I never felt that way again. Maybe after my 30s, I don't know. That jumpy happy is never coming. I don't know. Anything I achieve, it's just number.
I think 30s is some kind of mark for things starting to go down.
Yeah.
Maybe even I miss the old times when I would just feel like I have the energy to do so much more. I'm talking about the mental space, not just physical energy. I could do movie marathons, explore for new music. Now I can only sit and watch something that's really familiar and comfortable and not too stressful to watch. Things that you don't have to use too much brains for.
Yeah, and even these adventure sports and all that stuff which we liked earlier are not like now. I feel like, why do I have to put myself through that? As if I don't have enough things in my life. Why
It's
should
an
I?
adventure already, what we are
Yeah,
going through. So
that's not exciting me anymore.
just the prospect of peace is more exciting than anything else at this point.
True.
Even for simple tasks, I can barely use my mind because it's just filled with so many random calculations, estimations. And I didn't realize it takes so much brain power to be a mom. And at the end of the day, I don't even want to do anything fun anymore. Like you said, not even forget adventurous, just basic fun. I'm not even interested to see.
Yeah. Have you noticed, like, we have tried this before? Earlier, we used to go out dancing. We used to love that. But
Yeah.
we tried it recently and we didn't really enjoy that anymore.
It was just such a
Yeah,
sad
we just
outing.
went out
I
and
remember.
yeah, so what? Should I dance now or Why bother? Let's just chill at home and watch TV or something.
Even the music, it's like, okay, the same old dinchak.
The same music feels too loud now. Yeah, that confirms our old age, I guess. Like, okay, can
Yeah.
you reduce the volume a bit?
Yeah,
We don't love the things we used to love early. I always keep trying to get back to my old self. So I keep creating those situations which I used to
Yeah.
enjoy a lot before, but nothing is bringing back that those feelings. Maybe this is because earlier in our 20s we had some hope for the future. The future was so unpredictable. Maybe that gave us excitement.
True.
What is going to happen? Who are we going to
Yeah.
marry? Which job will
We
you
had,
be in?
I think we had like big choices to make.
Yeah.
Like this direction would lead me there, this
Yeah,
would lead me
and
here.
I think that uncertainty at that time, it didn't feel like that was a good thing, but there was some excitement to that
Yes.
uncertainty, right?
Yeah.
And now you already know what your next 10, 20 years, how it is going to look. You already know. You
Yeah.
can see the future now. You know exactly with whom you will be and which job you will
Yeah.
be in. So maybe that's the reason why we don't have that excitement.
Yeah, and you also
anymore.
have set this mental plan for your child or children that this is the kind of parent you're going to be and you're going to do that and you know you're going to do that, you're going to try doing your best, and that's as far as our decision making goes.
Yeah.
Like trying our best to do the best. It's that not having that zest for life leads to this downward spiral usually. It's very common, right? You lose interest in one thing and then another and another until eventually there is nothing that excites you anymore. We are just in our 30s.
Yeah.
Is this when it starts going down for women already?
Yeah.
I did not expect this to happen so early.
Yeah, same here.
I thought this will happen much
Some 50s
later,
or
like
something.
40s or 45s, something.
Maybe too much wisdom is also causing this. Now that we understand much more depth of life in a broader way, maybe this is it. This is how life is going to be.
Yeah, it's all very gray
Yeah.
compared to how it was. Very colorful. There were a lot of black and whites, and now we know the reality of people and life and the world and society, and everything seems to be so gray. Even our ideas of right and wrong seems very shaky right now. Right? It's
Yeah.
just that's how people are. That's what they're gonna do. This is what we have to do. Everything is like that. This is how it is. This is how
Yeah. Even getting angry has reduced now with somebody. Earlier, if somebody told us something, we would get angry, but now it's like, okay, that person is like that. So yeah, what can we do?
We don't have that strong sense of morality in one direction anymore. It's all spread out. We understand everybody almost, right? Everybody we meet in life, we
Yeah.
kind of understand them.
Are we both depressing people or are we depressed?
Pretty sure a lot of people feel this way, especially a lot of moms. Maybe the initial years crazy for moms, like the postpartum phase and everything, but once that starts wearing off, this numbness starts to set in.
I was doing some research about all this that's happening to me, and I came across this word called dysthymia. It's a mental issue, not as
Okay.
serious as depression.
Okay, I've never heard that term before.
Yeah. But the symptoms of dysthymia are very much similar to whatever symptoms I have, and maybe you too. We don't stop functioning exactly. We still work at full capacity, but deep down, we are living life on mute. It's like our emotions have lost their sharpness. Like nothing feels terrible.
Right.
But nothing feels truly good either. We are not crying all the time, but we are not laughing from our heart either, right? This is exactly what
Yeah.
I feel these days. And so maybe I have dysthymia.
That's a pretty great description because that almost sums up how I feel as well, exactly.
Okay.
I knew something like this would be common, but I didn't know it was this common that it has a name already.
Yeah.
In a way, it's good to know that I'm not alone. But it's also equally terrifying to know that there are so many people who feel the same way, and maybe they just don't admit it because it doesn't seem like a dangerous thing or something that would affect you, affect your immediate health or pose some danger to you, right? So it's just in the background. Especially for moms, it feels like you're not allowed to think about something that is not absolute immediate health crisis or
Yeah, we
something,
never
right?
have time for that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's probably not a big deal for most people, and but I'm genuinely scared for my future mental health if this is how it is. This is not to say I'm going mad or something, but it's just that slow downfall of yourself in so many different ways, of your mind, your soul, your body, that persistent low mood that just lasts for years, no peaks in spite of crazy ups and downs. It's just, it sounds so,
Sad.
yeah.
You know what's missing? I think as humans, we are wired to be social, and maybe that's how we survived and thrived as a species. And those strong
Yeah.
bonds and that teamwork, maybe they always kept us going. And somewhere down the lane, we just started pulling back from those real face to face connections, right? And these days, being social can mean two things. One is being super connected online, and the other one is actually spending time with people in person. And let's be
Yeah.
real, the second one definitely took a hit in the past few
Absolutely.
years.
Yeah. Especially relationships, the close ones. We can't tolerate our own family members or close friends anymore. Like, no, she's too talkative. I don't want to hang out with her too much. Or he's too high energy. I can't match that. So I'll avoid him.
Yeah, we became so picky and choosy, like
Yeah,
whom with
exactly.
whom we talk to, right?
And I think when it comes to husbands or men, especially, they are not really keen on studying this whole social game. They believe everything is perfect as long as we are still in a decent mood or still just functioning.
Yeah,
They
living
think everything is
together
going
and
fine, but I
yeah.
don't think they see the depths of this, especially in a family dynamic. Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder if we are overthinking everything, like a husband say.
Yeah. Maybe.
But I don't think I can stop thinking about all this.
I would say I don't want to stop because I don't consider this overthinking, because I always feel like this teaches me something and changes me every now and then, and I like that it keeps me going. But imagine we are talking about being numb and mundane, and if we weren't having these thoughts to keep us company, I think we would be even sadder to just make ourselves believe that everything is
Yeah.
okay and nothing's wrong.
Yeah, it would be even more blank, I guess, if we don't
Yeah, exactly.
have any thoughts.
Yeah, and this is valuable information when we look into ourselves and into our family. We don't give enough credit for it, but I think I don't think this is overthinking. I think this is thinking. Just
Some days I feel like everything is okay. Yeah, I'm not super happy, but I feel like everything is going well in my life. I remember that I have a lot of things in my life which many people don't have. So some days I feel like that. Yeah, my life is perfect and I should make the best out of it. But some days are crazy. I just feel like everything in the world is bad and nothing can save us, and I'm drowning. And should we blame the hormones again? Or what?
maybe. I mean, did you know? Apparently, perimenopause can start as early as 30s. I was reading somewhere recently.
Oh.
But that could just be how everything is cutting through the age line, right? Lately, early heart attacks or early
Yeah.
weakening of bones and muscles, memory, everything. So why not the hormonal shift as well? Like something that used to be in 40s in women, now it's probably taken back to 30s. It'll take a long time for researchers to pinpoint this and tell you this is what's happening to you, but I think we can maybe tie that up to that, because we see so many people in our age who are just suffering from so so many different things that normally people in their 50s would.
True. I think and I think it is more than just hormones. It is also how we kind of are stuck in our place. Like, no matter what, you have to get up every day and you have to take care of your child, and you cannot escape even for a few days, right? So maybe that makes us feel so stuck. And needless to say, the emotional labor of motherhood and being invisible to everybody while you're still putting a lot of effort, I think all that just sit in our head somewhere, leading to such
Mainly what's
thoughts.
responsible for those thoughts is probably social media. I know we've discussed that topic so much, but then I think again we should mention that we should mention how much social media has desensitized us to such a level that our empathy, our excitement, or any other strong feelings towards our own life doesn't feel justified, or it just feels mundane. Even though there are so many ups and downs, like we were talking, it doesn't feel like we need to feel so uplifted or down or angry or at anything. It's always like this happens to everyone, so it's not a big deal, or there's always something much better or something much worse out there. So we feel smaller and smaller and more insignificant, like background characters where nothing is important about you. And the more we look into that outside world, even though we look at our phones with a complete bored and numb expression from the outside, I think we are looking through our phone obsessively and not realizing it. And no one can point this out if you realize, right? You look at someone watching their phone, you don't see any expression on their face, but they are actually having such big reactions inside their head. So it doesn't matter to them, but then all that energy is being spent on reacting to other people's lives, and maybe we have little left for ourselves. Everything, right? Even some milestone your kid reaches, or like, let's say you had a big fight with your husband and you made up and you found this new level of relationship that you've crossed. Because there's so much romance out there on the screens, you wouldn't feel like this is anything.
Yeah. True. And also maybe in our 20s we believed in that idea of that peaks of romance, and you would always assume yourself to be there in the future. But whatever we saw on TV or those series are obviously not anywhere close to reality.
Not real.
So,
and we are in the future and we know it's not like that.
yeah. So whatever level of relationship you have or life you have will be disappointing to you because your expectation levels were too high.
Our movie, like,
Yeah, maybe that is the reason 30s feel so sad, because you know the reality, you start getting into the reality and you start to accept that reality, that this is how it is going to be and nothing is going to change. So yeah, you are obviously low and you don't know exactly when it starts. Everything just, it happens gradually, right? Like, we don't even realize that we are getting depressed or we have dysthymia or anything. But when I look back, sometimes I realize that I haven't truly been happy in a very, very long time. And that's what makes it sadder.
True. And we don't consider any of this to be actual depression, so we don't think that it's an issue to be addressed at all. The maximum I feel is the lows before periods, and then that slight high after your periods. I think that's as far as it goes. Ups and downs.
Yeah, as long as we are ticking all the boxes, no one, including ourselves, realize that we have this struggle going on inside, right? We are doing our chores, we are dealing with everything day by day, and everything is normal from outside.
I don't think there should be any shame in addressing this, though, because it does deserve attention. We should not be spending such a big and important chunk of our lives feeling like this. I so want to feel good on the inside, experience something that is memorable again, something worth remembering.
Yeah, even going on a trip feels normal now. Earlier, we used to be so excited, pack
Yeah.
everything and all that.
Yes.
And now it's like, okay, pack all the baby stuff and
Yeah, now
then
it's
go
all
there
work. Yeah.
and take care of the baby in the trip. Even if you're not
Yeah.
going with your child, in your mind, that is all that's running. Where do I keep my child? What is he doing? Is he eating? Is he fine with grandparents or whoever?
Yeah.
You're not
Regardless of what
enjoying.
situation we are in, that is the main concern.
I think sometimes the solution is very simple and it's right in front of us, but we don't see it. Recently, I made a new friend. I just met her randomly and we had a really deep conversation. And that day was better compared to the other days. I mean, my mood was slightly better. So, yeah, that's when I thought, like we discussed earlier, maybe a little socializing with our fellow women or any other
Yeah.
people
I
would
think
make
it'll be
it better.
different for everyone though. Maybe we should all go back and think what were we naturally inclined to when we were kids, because we didn't care about the consequences of our interests or how it affects our future. All that stuff didn't matter back then. You were that all natural, social, extrovert, storytelling kid, right? So that is what gave you that connection today, I believe.
Yeah, I
And at
guess.
this point, I will safely say we can't rely on our current interests and goals because they always looking for an easy way out.
They are all created for the sake of family or somebody
Exactly.
else, not
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
Yeah.
You would probably just pop in some old series that you are, and then you'll feel good, but then it doesn't really feel good
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
inside, right?
Hmm.
I think we should start putting in the actual mental hard work to think what were we like when we were kids and bring back some aspect of it that you can fit into your current life. Like for you, it's that social storytelling life. Even if it feels annoying or unnecessary, I think you've gone through it and had that day out with your friend and it worked out. I used to go sit in some corner and paint or draw when I was a kid. So maybe I will start doing that now. Maybe it will bring some spark back into my soul. Maybe I'll come back in a few weeks and tell you how it worked. I really hope we could resonate with you because every feeling is valid in motherhood. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow us for more such content.